If you have limiting beliefs, this is why you're not happy. What is up, my winning friend? My name is Zach and welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to share with you how to change limiting beliefs, and we're getting started right now. Now, I've had a lot of limiting beliefs in my lifetime. For example, I had the limiting belief that because I was an ex-convict and an ex-drug addict that I screwed my life up completely and that I had no future career. Let's go back and talk about this. Alright, I had just gotten out of prison in 2012 after serving over 4 years, and I came home and I couldn't get a job anywhere, and then I got a job at a bar and grill as a cook, working 50 to 60 hours a week. I was doing that for like 8 months or so, and then I got a job at a clothing store at a mall, and I got promoted 2 weeks in, and so I was like, awesome, you know, I'm finally moving forward in my life. I'm putting my past behind me, you know. This is really cool. And I put in my 2 weeks at the bar and grill because I was happy about getting the promotion at this corporate gig, I guess, or not corporate, but this retail gig, you know, I'm moving up. And 2 days after that, I get fired because they seen that I was a convicted felon, and they said I had to kick rocks. So just like that, I was out of a job completely where I had stability in my life, and I was crushed, you know. And I had that's what caused that limiting belief. I was like, no matter what I do, my past is always going to come haunt me, and I can't do anything with my life. I might as well just throw it away. And I began drinking heavily, and I caught a DWI and went back to prison 20 days before my twin boys were born. And that was tough. That was the toughest thing I ever had to do in my life. I missed my children being born. And I made a decision right there in that jail cell before I went back to prison, as soon as I found out I was going back to prison, that I didn't care what I had to do, what it took. It didn't matter. I was going to do my time and come back home and be a responsible father and live a happy life. And when I came home, you know, it was tough, but I couldn't find a job anywhere, and that's what led me to my entrepreneurial career, that I'm so thankful that things happen this way, because now I'm doing stuff that really makes me happy and that I'm very purposeful and passionate about. So now I have the belief that I could do anything I put my mind to. And that's what I'm going to share with you now on how to change these limiting beliefs so that you can move forward and be happy in your life. Before we dive all the way into these tips that are going to help you change these limiting beliefs, if you want some extra tools that are going to help you crush your goals and dominate life, head on over and download my free Goal Getter cheat sheet. It's going to help equip you with some powerful stuff so you can take control of your life right now, and you can do that right there. Beliefs are designed to tell us what will lead to pleasure and what will lead to pain. Anytime anything happens in your life, your brain asks two questions. Will this lead to pleasure or pain? And two, how do I avoid the pain, and how do I gain pleasure? If you haven't seen my video on pain and pleasure and how these two things shape your entire destiny, make sure you check out this video right here. Now, the answer to that question, to those two questions that your brain asks, they're based off of generalizations. Generalizations of what's happened in the past, your past experience, or what you've learned from other people's past experiences. And that tends to lead on what you believe will lead to pain and pleasure. Generalizations simplify our lives. They allow us to function. However, at the same time, they can be very limiting. They cause limiting beliefs. And for example, if you failed at something over and over, you might get to the point where you're like, I'm a failure. I can't make this work. I'm not going to try it anymore. And this might be something that you're extremely passionate about, that your true purpose is in life, but because you failed a few times, now you have this limiting belief that you can't succeed. And that's a limiting belief. It isn't that you can't succeed, it's that you haven't figured out how to yet. You haven't tried it enough and stayed the course enough into figuring out how to succeed. Most of our beliefs are generalizations of the past, of our experiences of what leads to pain and pleasure. The thing is though, we don't consciously decide what we're going to believe. And oftentimes our beliefs are based on misinterpretations of past events. However, once we adopt a belief, we forget that it's just an interpretation and we treat it as though if it were reality. And all of our actions are a result of our beliefs of what we believe will lead to pain and pleasure. Tony Robbins gives a really good example of an idea versus a belief in his book, Awaken the Giant. I'll link that up in the description below if you want to check that out. But what I'm trying to say here is an idea is just an idea. It's not very strong. It doesn't have many legs to stand on. Think of an idea as just a tabletop without the legs, just a tabletop. It can't stand up on its own. But once that idea gets some reference legs, so the idea may be that I'm smart. That might be an idea. You think I'm smart. However, it doesn't really have many reference legs. It doesn't have past experiences. But maybe you go to school and you ace a test. It's a reference leg. And maybe you solve problems really fast and people always say you're so smart. That's more reference legs. And the more reference legs of past experiences or experiences from other people and their past experiences, the more reference legs you have, and that becomes a belief. Now that tabletop can stand up on its own. Once you understand that metaphor, then you can understand how beliefs are formed. And the key is to realize which beliefs are empowering and which are disempowering. Now your reference legs could be your own experiences, past experiences, or they could be someone else's. They could be books, they could be seminars, they could be audio, they could be anything. They can even be imaginary, especially when we're trying to create something that we've never done before and we don't have a guide for it. You know, visualization is such a powerful thing. We use worry. We worry all the time. What does worry do? Worry is just using your imagination in a negative way. So visualizing success and creating this belief that you want, that is using your imagination in a positive way. Speaking of visualizing and using your imagination to create the results that you want and empowering beliefs, if you want to check out the playlist that I created, be sure to check it out right here. So if you want to change a limiting belief, once you recognize that it is a limiting belief and not an empowering belief, you have to link so much pain to holding on to that belief. Link so much pain to, if I continue to believe this is going to cause me this amount of pain and grief in my life. And after you've linked this pain to the limiting belief, create doubt within it. So a new experience doesn't trigger any change or results unless it causes you to question that belief. It doesn't cause any change unless you question that belief. When you believe something, you no longer question it in any way. You believe in it. It's a belief. So you got to create that doubt, you got to question it, figure out ways how you can question that belief. If you enjoyed this video and you want to watch more videos that are going to empower your beliefs, going to help you crush your goals and dominate life, be sure to check out this playlist right there. And if you know anyone that's struggling with a limiting belief, that has a certain limiting belief that you want to help, that you care about, share this video with them. Share it on social media. Let's reach more people with this message. You never know what the right message at the right time for the right person can do. So I appreciate you, my friend. And as always, if you want to crush your goals and dominate life, be sure that you hit subscribe, tap the bell notifications. That way you don't miss anything. Thanks for watching, my wonderful friend. I will see you next time.